Hi my angels, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am playing for the first time with this Too Faced palette, the Born This Way, the Natural Nudes complexion inspired eyeshadow palette. If you would like to see what I think of this little gem, please keep watching. If you are new to my channel, thank you for joining me today. My name is Ange. I do hope you consider subscribing to my channel and that you click on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I like to share tips and reviews on skincare, makeup and other interesting things for the woman over 50 because I strongly believe that we can still be fab over 50. So if that does sound like you, please subscribe to my channel. I would truly appreciate it. Now this is a purchase that I have just recently bought online, and that is because even though it's been available in the US for some time, this only arrived into New Zealand last week at Mecca Beauty. So that might be indicative to other people watching my channel of how long it takes for some makeup items and some makeup brands to reach us here down under in New Zealand. Now that's a normal wait time for a product to get us down here, but I can see in the foreseeable future that those timelines are going to actually stretch out longer given the complexities of everything going on in the world at the moment. And quite frankly, it's just makeup, and I am sure that you will not mind that I do reviews a little bit later than other people on YouTube, as it does take a lot longer to get products here in New Zealand. This palette was inspired by all the shades in the Too Faced Born This Way foundation shade range. The palette itself is cardboard, which I actually appreciate a lot more than the tin Too Faced eyeshadow palettes. The tin palettes are lovely, but I love the sleekness and just the portability of this palette. Now I can't reference any more great for traveling because I cannot see anyone anyway in our country traveling abroad anyway for a long time. Even our domestic traveling has really taken a hit. Air New Zealand mentioned a couple of days ago that they were laying off 400 pilots and about 1,300 cabin crew. So even our domestic flights, when they are up and running again, are going to be very limited, and I suspect very, very expensive. So things are definitely changing. So I won't be saying in my videos how I said in the past, this palette is fantastic for travel because it's so portable, because I don't think travel is going to be on the forefront of people's minds in the near future. In saying that though, it is a beautifully portable palette. You can pop it in your makeup bag. It will travel very well, I believe, because of its sleekness. I love the shades in here. Now what they've done is that you have basically the same shades, but you have a matte and a shimmer. Then the next one is a matte and a shimmer. So in the same shade range, you have a matte and shimmer in each colour. Love the colours in here. You know I love my neutrals. I'm a sucker for my neutrals. I do wear neutrals very regularly, hardly ever wear pops of colour. I'm being really adventurous if I go outside of the neutral realm. Now I do have to say, I have mentioned before that Mel Thompson is a really bad influence on me, and the fact she uploads videos every day just makes it tough, because every day she's got a fantastic review of something and she just tickles my fancy with so many makeup items. I have been very good of late and have pulled my horns in through a matter of necessity, but her review of this palette was a really good review. She really liked this palette, and I knew from her review that I did want to get this once it was available in New Zealand. So I did purchase this palette and I'm so pleased I have it. As I said, it comes in cardboard packaging. It has a beautiful mirror on the inside, and I just love this palette. I especially loved applying the shimmer shade. I used the rose gold in the shade. I did find with a brush it didn't apply very pigmentedly, so I used my finger and wow, it applied really, really well. I didn't try a wet brush. I will try that next time I use this palette, because there will be a next time very, very soon. But the finger applied this beautifully, pigmented, they blend well. Love the mattes, love the shimmers, and I hope you enjoy the look I created using this palette. I'm just going to prime my eyes with my Anastasia eyeshadow primer. Using this one today because I want to see if it helps define the shimmer shades a little bit more than what I have been using with the Too Faced one recently. You really don't need much of this, and it is a very, very white based primer. It'd be good if they did come out with some different shades of this. Now, I have filmed a couple of other get ready with me's, and I lifted the blinds and you couldn't actually see the shades of the eyeshadows, so I've pulled the blinds today halfway down, so I've still got natural light, but at least it looks dark on my monitor at the moment, but I'm finding that when I go to edit, it's exactly the right colour, so I'm hoping this works out right, or it will be another day of filming down the tubes. So we'll see how we go. I did spend a lot of time setting up my daughter's room for filming when she was away at university, but with the lockdown she's come home, and so I lost that filming ability, but that's okay, and I am working around it, and I'm pleased to have her home. So it's much better to have her home and know that she's safe here than worrying about my filming space. So that's why things have been a little bit sporadic as far as filming lighting conditions go. Okay, so we've got our primer on, and I'm going to go in with this beautiful creamy matte shade here, Swan, and my little wee fluffy blending brush by Morphe. It's the R37, and I'm just going to pop that on the top of the primer, just to set it a little bit. I'm wanting to go more for these rosy tones today, which is probably very similar to my Mrs. West tutorials, but I really like the look of these. So I'm going to go in with Surreal, once again with the same R37 brush, and I'm just tapping that in, and I'm actually going to take that just in the top meaty part of my eye in here to try and shadow that up a little bit, and I'm taking it to the corner of my inner brow, to the brow just here, just trying to give it some shadow there because it's my largest part of my eye space. Beautiful colour. I love these. I just love my neutrals. I know I have a lot of neutral palettes and neutral shades, but they're just what I get the most use out of. I get a lot of pleasure out of playing with them. So what I like about them most is that even when I want to have a soft makeup day, I like wearing foundation every day. Not when I'm on lockdown. When I'm on lockdown I quite like just sleeping. But when I'm out and about, I like to wear makeup to cover all my issues on my skin discoloration. So wearing nice neutral shades, if I'm wanting to have more of a not in your face makeup day, but just a wearable, not too made up look, that's where my neutral palettes come into their own. So I do wear makeup most days, even on weekends, because if you're out and about and doing things and meeting people, I just feel, you know, better when I have makeup on. I just feel more put together. Now to deepen that up just a little bit, I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is Nude, and I'm going to take that down just a little bit lower into my crease, actual crease line here, and I'm using my Wayne Goss number 19 brush. Now I like using a little brush like this on my hooded eyes because it just, I have smaller eyes, they're hooded, and something like this is just perfect for my crease. And so even though that looks like a very, very light shade, it's actually building up into a very nice pinky brown colour. These are blending beautifully. Of course they are, because Mel Thompson said they would. So just giving that dimension in that area, in the crease. So because I've added the darker colour here, it's just made this hooded area here look less impactful than this hooded area, which is like folding over, because I've still got just the cream and the very light colour there. So by adding that darker depth there, I've just, not a lot, but I've minimised the gappy feeling that I have on this eye. And then between the two eyeshadow brushes, I'm just going to go back in with this colour Seashell here, and then just keep blending between the two to shade that area of my eyelid. Just little circular motions to buff the lighter shade in with the deeper shade. Okay, taking a Morphe M167 brush, I'm going to go in with this beautiful shade Rose Gold. And I'm going to use the mirror here. And I'm not going to wet it, I want to see how this is going to go on. Not terribly well. Let's try a finger. It's the way to do it with the finger. Definitely more pigmentation, more oomph. Oh my gosh, that is a beautiful colour. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. I love it when one of the first colours I use when I can't make up my mind works out really well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am impressed. Okay, so I might just blend the edges. Now I'm going to go in with Cocoa, and that is actually still a rosy brown colour. So I'm going to go in with Cocoa. Let's try that in. I'm going to use a Morphe B37 brush. Let's try that in the outer corner just to deepen that up. It might not be deep enough, but we'll give it a go. Oh my gosh, that glitter colour is gorgeous. So I'm just tapping that in the outer corner, and that is actually a really pretty soft brownie. It's actually translating a little bit darker on my eye than what I feel it appears in the pan. But oh my gosh. First impressions of this palette, I'm sold. I do hope that this is a permanent palette. This is stunning. I am just so happy with this. Just in that outer corner and just deepening up the V there, and just slightly taking that into the socket line. And then we're going to go back in with one of our previous shades to just blend. I'm going to go in with my first R37 brush first, and I think I'll take Nude, and we'll just get into that area there to blend it. A little bit higher, because I might add an underbrow highlight, which I don't do very often because I think I've got a big enough gap there as it is, and I don't really like drawing attention to it. But let's see how we go. Okay, I'm going to take, now this is actually a concealer brush from my Sicily concealer, but I'm going to use that and go in with the shade Glistening Snow, and I'm going to just tap that, or should I try Shimmering Pearl? I'm going to do Glistening Snow here in my inner corner. And then just sort of cleaning off the brush a little bit, and I'm going to go in with shimmering up here in my, it's not really where I wanted it, just in that high point of my brow there. And taking my finger and tapping that down a little bit. Okay, very impressed. I'm going to enjoy playing with this over the next few days. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Cocoa again with a Sigma E20 flat shading brush. I'm just going to tip it on the end and run that under my eye. And just buff that all along. Going in with a little bit of nude, and I'm just going to blend that out. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Colourpop gel liner in Besto, which is a rich brown, and I'm going to use that as a waterline colour. And I'm going to try my Fenty Flyliner in black. I'm not the greatest with liquid liner, but we'll give it a go. And I'm just going to lightly try and draw a thin line across the top lash line. Doesn't help that I can't see very well when I'm doing this. I find liquid eyeliner very tough on my hooded eyes for the fact that if I don't let it dry properly, it transfers on my upper lid. I don't want to do a wing because it doesn't look right on my old eyes, and I might just keep it down like that so it doesn't transfer. See, it did transfer just a little bit on that top bit. Keep my eyes closed for a little bit longer. For the price, I really like this liquid liner. I do have the Tom Ford one, which is like horrendously expensive, but I still find it transfers if I don't dry it properly. And this one's very easy. The Fenty one is very easy to apply. My gorgeous little fan that I got in Venice. It probably won't be going back there for a long time. My heart does go out to all those people in Italy. I do want to come back someday. Lashes, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift, and I do need to replace some of my lash extensions, but that's for another day. Now I do use mascara on my lash extensions. I am very gentle taking my mascara off at the end of the day with my Bioderma micellar water. I'm not sure how I feel about this mascara yet, because while it's still new, it's quite gloopy. So sometimes mascaras are at their best when you've had them for a few weeks, where they just dry out a little bit. But my initial thoughts of this one is that if you don't like gloopy eyelashes, whilst it's new, it's not my fave. But I have heard good things about it, so I'm going to reserve judgment for a little bit. And the under eye mascara that I love is the MAC Giga Black Extended Play Lash Mascara, and I will use that in my under eyes. I don't know about you, but I like that eyeshadow look. And And I know it's similar to what I've been doing, but as I said, I really love my neutral shadows, and this is no exception. What a gorgeous palette. What a gorgeous palette. I am really impressed. I do have to say, each of the colours that I used, I felt translated a bit darker on the eye than they appear in the palette. Now, because I've got my blinds shut down, but I've still got natural light coming up from the bottom, that what you're seeing there is true to the colours in this palette from my perspective from here. And awesome. I love this rose gold on my lid. Absolutely love it. It would probably be my favourite shimmer shade I've come across for a wee while that I've actually applied to my eyes. So, I am liking. Okay guys, if you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. As you can tell from my comments, I think this is a great palette. I am so happy that I have got this. Once again, thanks Mel Thompson. She is a channel that probably when I'm trying to not buy things I shouldn't watch. But this palette, if you need, no such thing as need. If you really want to have a really nice, neutral, affordable eyeshadow palette with mix of shimmers and mattes, I think this is brilliant. I'm finding it really tough because the last 3 palettes that I've played with, the Mrs. West, I absolutely loved that eyeshadow palette, but that only had 6 shades in it, so you can really only get one sort of look from it. And I did love the Supreme Nudes from Artist Couture that I tried recently. I like that because it's not just your rosies and browns, that had some green in there as well and some golds, and that was a really lovely palette. But oh my goodness, this palette is awesome. So Too Faced, I am impressed. I have bought quite a few of the tin type eyeshadow palettes from Too Faced in the past, and I only have 2 of those left. The rest I have sort of passed on, but this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. I hope you're all safe and well, and your family and loved ones are safe and well. Please take care. I hope you've had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later guys. Bye. Sometimes makeup just doesn't do what you want it to do. The joys of hooded eyes.